This week's episode is sponsored by Zorb Events Limited. They provide Zorb football, battle tag archery, UV dodgeball, sports days events, inflatable assault courses, plus many more activities coming soon. Ideal for sports teams, presentations, birthday parties, stag and hen parties, corporate events, school, and half-term summer camps, any occasions. Give them a follow and use the code The Good, The Bad and The Ugly Podcast for 10% off your first booking. The Good, The Bad and The Ugly Podcast with Tony Murrell.
Well, it's the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell, and this week's special guest is our kid, Marty Murrell. Really looking forward to our Marty sharing the Good, the Bad and the Ugly with you. How are we, kid?
I'm sad, you know what's happening.
Do you know what? I know this is going to be your...
You were talking then, and I didn't want to start talking because you're having a laugh on that, you know what I mean? But it's put me off now with all
but no, listen,
madness.
I wanted you to come on as our first
I remember
guest.
you telling me, I remember you asked me, oh, I'm doing a podcast, and I thought in my head, I thought, everyone's doing it now, Marty. Will you come on first? And I was like, yeah. And just got fucked off.
No, listen, I'm buzzing because this is going to be our 20th episode, and it's a special one because obviously, you know, your family and stuff, and you know, we're going to get into it. And
I feel really important. I feel dead important sitting here, you know,
but I'm sure people will watch this podcast and they'll buzz off some of the stuff that we've done as kids, and you know, and the shit that we went through with growing up. And it's not a sob story, but it's just to make people aware that if people are in the same places that, you know, what we're going to talk about, you don't ever give up.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
A lot. And I've got like a couple of friends there, like I've met people off like the rave scene that I go, and you know, one of my best mates off the rave scene, and some of the stuff that she's told me, and like I never knew, and I was like, wow.
Because everyone's got a story, kid.
Everyone. It's absolutely mental.
This is what I'm saying. This is why like we started the podcast, because people from different walks of life, doesn't matter. You know, it could be just the general joke. You know, just going to work.
Majority of people got to have something, like they got to have something going, having like a fitness regime, or you know, you're being in jail. You know, I but like, you know, a gangster or whatever. And it's like,
no, but listen, I know. Listen, we've had a fucking mad life and that, and I, you know, and I'm proud to like call you my family. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to be. I know we've just been laughing about some of the shit and that we've done, and you know, some of the stuff that went on in our lives. But look, you know, we're here now and we're proud. You know, I know I'm proud here, and listen, we're going to get into it, and listen, we're going to go for it, mate, and just speak about how it was and just be honest and stuff. So, do you want to start from where you grew up, family life?
Obviously, you know, growing up, I tell everyone I was like a Jippo, like Yarmouth, Runcorn, you know, Liverpool, but like I went to primary school in Runcorn, and you know, the early years, I remember my mum and like the fella that she was with at the time, we were in, like Liverpool to like Yarmouth, then to Runcorn, and I remember starting primary school, meeting my mates who we have now, and that, you know what I mean? And
what primary school did you go to?
What I can remember was Ashmore.
Yeah.
Ashmore. And I can't remember much. I can't remember much before that, obviously, because I was too young, but started Ashmore, and I was about 4, I was late. Because we were living everywhere.
I remember you moving to Great Yarmouth.
Great Yarmouth, and my ma, we just got off. And my mum told me stories like thumbing it on the motorway with it, and I'm on a hip, and she's like that on the motorway telling me stories like that. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. But before that, I can't remember much before that.
Wasn't she?
Mate, she was the best.
Fucking thumbing it with you on the side of the motorway.
Thumbing it, like honestly, to get to Great Yarmouth, it was mad.
When you think about it now, you think, fucking hell, he must have been mad.
I wouldn't see that these days.
No.
But no, seriously, like Great Yarmouth, and then Ashmore Primary School, and then went on to Norton Priory.
Norton Priory, yeah.
As a kid in Ashmore,
who was your mate? I remember. Was it
Scobby? We was just been to see it then, and old course, yeah. He's a nerd. He's in driving or something stupid like that. But he's out. He's got Christmas in there, which is a bit crap. But just growing up as a kid, I think until I got to the age of like 15, that's when I started being a little shit. You know what I mean? I started being naughty then. But before that, I was really good. I was scared. Listen, my mum only had to look at me. She only had this look, and I was, you know,
Petrified of it.
Petrified, honestly. And I was loved as a kid. Didn't have nothing, absolutely nothing. I had like goalless trainees, high tracks or something, Joe Cool pants, Joe Blog t-shirts. It was a proper stig. Do you know what I mean? A proper stig, like. But I knew I was loved. Me ma. Yeah. And some days I'd be sitting there on a couch and my ma'd squeeze my leg and she'd go, I love you. And I'd have thumbprints on my leg. I'd get a kiss before bed. My mum made sure I was loved.
Yeah,
I didn't have nothing. Do you know what I mean?
I remember, like, growing up and then my Auntie Jackie absolutely adored you, you know what I mean? And it was fucking... I always used to call my Auntie Jackie Scrappy Doo-like because she was small, mate, but she was game as a badger, mate. And I was like, fucking hell. But it was tough times, you know what I mean? And I remember at times, like, you know, I could say you're my brother because we are brothers, really. I don't know about cousins, but we're brothers, really, because, like, fucking everything we went through together as a kid growing up. And I remember babysitting you, like, they'd fucking go out and that. And I was fucking babysitting, lad.
Do you ever remember a babysitting me and we were up the city, it must have been about 7, and you and I, we'd done that breath thing where you go... I was only 8 and you and I, Stephen, pressing on my chest and I collapsed.
Oh, you were dead. We ran off like,
just lying there like that. He just ran off on me.
And then we came back and fucking, we're like, don't tell your mum.
Grass just ran off.
Fucking, they done this thing. Oh, fucking Jackie was going ballistic. He was going to the swatters.
Yeah, but like, it was, coming to yours, like, obviously, like, growing up, it was hard, man, honestly. I remember, like, being a kid and that, and now, like, we've all got, like, problems with growing up, like, my mates from the days, and we're having a couple of mates, but some of the stuff I seen as a kid, it was mental, you know. Like, I sat our baby down literally this morning talking about it, because it's just you see any kid having like bringing up, should be nice.
Yeah.
I hate Christmas. Never had a good Christmas. Never had a good birthday. You know, it was crap. And coming to yours, because my mum, like my father, fighting and getting my mum getting leaded everywhere. Coming to yours was a getaway. I was always in yours, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, staying in yours, and I remember getting even taxis on my own. Like,
as a kid and that.
Coming to yours was a getaway.
You're just getting away from all the shit and that.
And I had a lot of jealousy, do you know what I mean? Because you and Steve had that, you're brothers. You know, I'm a single child.
You're the only child.
I'm a lonely child, single child. I'm a lonely child, do you know what I mean? I'm a lonely child, and I was like, I wish I had a brother or something, this, that, and the other. But I didn't have that family. I didn't have that family setting or to have another brother, because I was, you know what I mean?
But we got that bond, though, as we got a little bit older and all that, and I was like you, I fucking hated, I hated our house, like, I hated it because the shit that was going on, the drinking, fucking coming home, no one was fucking in, and all that shit, and then...
It's mad you say that, though, because I looked at, from my family setting, looking at your family setting, you had the family thing, but you did, but you didn't, do you know what I mean? Your ma loved, you know...
Yeah, loved the ale
and that. Loved the ale and being in pubs, and that was our family.
But when we had the... Because we were fucking busy, just left to do our own things, and now we could fucking making our own dinners at the fucking age of fucking 6 and that.
Stephen had me robbing a house when we were like 7.
Stephen was a little cunt, lad. He was a little shit.
Honestly.
You know what I mean? But,
do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
But, you know, growing up, it was horrible, mate, honestly. Like, every day I think about it, and then as I was getting older and that, I started finding my own mates, and going from primary school to senior school, I
went to Norton, didn't you?
Went to Norton, and I remember I was just a bad, like, little stig, mate, and I remember these kickers that I got, and like, I got ripped for them, and they like, they were just bad shoes with like kicker tags on, and I got skittered. And because, you know, we were skint and that, you know what I mean? But even like, my mates didn't care, you know what I mean? Because they were mates than me, because I was the joker, and I'd do everything first.
From when you went to Norton, when your first day and all that,
there was a few of us, yeah, there was Richie Curran, John Lennon, David Kenny, Adam Telford,
Plenty and all that in your...
No, they were a couple of years, but they Scobby, Paul Dyke, There was a few of us that all
Mike
know
McCabe.
that no, he come later on. He was in the Heath or somewhere. I can't remember. He lived in Higher Runcorn or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
Runcorn.
And,
The posh end of Runcorn.
so all my mates and going to primary school, like obviously from a young age, my ma was on the gear. She was on the the brown and the white and all that. And even though my mates knew that, he didn't care.
Didn't what's the name about you because you were the fucking mate and I remember Mart, it was tough and that and it used to fucking kill me, it used to hurt me so much, like my ma drinking, not giving a fuck. I felt like she didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? And then my aunt, Jackie, I fucking absolutely adored my auntie Jackie, she loved me, do you know what I mean? But then, you're saying, it's that decision that they make and there's no fucking, and you try and blank it out and you feel embarrassed and all that, and then you think about your schoolmates and you go round to your mates and stuff like that, and it's a fucking proper family home and that. That's what I'm saying, I was jealous of my mates. Yeah. I was loved by all my mates' mums and dads. The fucking Farringtons, the Walshes, the Bramwells, the Edgars, the Fredsons, fucking everybody. That just shows, doesn't it? Like, even though we've got like a proper shitty family, setting, we had the best mates. Yeah, but could you know what though? Because we were taught, to have respect, speak to people, but and all that. We weren't little fucking. That's what I'm saying. We weren't like little bastards. You know what I mean? I mean, there was times. Well, don't know about me, like. But. No, but I was good. I was really, really good as a kid. Like I said, I was scared to do it. I weren't scared. Like getting brought up in the city and that. Robbing from Woolworths and getting nicked. John Menzies. Remember the tall woman out of John Menzies? I can't remember. Big Bird. Nah, Stephen was. Yes, she ragged me by the. Yeah, she could give fucking chase here, mate. I remember that Stephen Robbing fucking. I used to fancy the bed and remember the kiosk on the stairs. Underneath. I used to run there fast and slide past it, showing off with this woman who worked in there, thinks she'd fancy me. I was only about 8. And I'd run dead fast and I'd slide on my knees and I'd burn all my knees and I'd be like, sliding past it. Yeah, and then going by an ice lorry for like 12p and I think, hi, ice lorry, lolly ice. What's wrong with your pants? And whack, you know what I mean? But yeah, we grew up, outside the straw hat and stuff and fucking, like you say, going to school and stuff and come home and the fucking house would be locked or the fucking, you know what I'm saying? And you'd want to just get home from school, get changed, go out with your mates, do whatever. Fucking shrekking all the time. Exactly, I'm saying it's the Lenny of the week. How many pubs did we used to shrek to, like, you know what I mean? We'd go to straw hat. You'd go to Tricorn, the straw hat. Today. The fuck, which didn't really think. So when you weren't getting in school, you were doing that end of Runcorn. And at this end, I was going to the Fids, the Tanners, the bars to find me ma. 3 o'clock, used to finish school. Fucking hell. Get home. All my mates, Len and all them, they'd be in the house having tea. Yeah, that's like a normal fucking getting home, 3 o'clock, tea at 4 o'clock. And I'm still walking around looking for me ma to get in the house. And sometimes I'd knock on our door from school and you wouldn't get an answer unless you shouted through because my ma was hiding from the Provy and the TV licence man. You'd like, my mates on the way to school and that. Marty, half 7 in the morning. Marty, you coming to school? And then I'd be allowed to go. That was your alarm clock? That was my alarm clock. Marty, it's Lennon. Or, Marty, it's Kenny. Then I knew I could go out the door then because my ma go, don't answer that fucking door. You know what I mean? Because it could be the TV licence man or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You're doing all them, and honestly, I'd be starving and be like, and I'd find my man, I'd go, it'd be 8 o'clock, where are you? You know what I mean? And my man take me home, bladdered and like the chips or something. You know what I mean? Or a fucking chip on a chip, yeah. And you know what? That's what it was like, wasn't it? And when I was like that, I fucking had to get away because I had fucking Jackie Hill, Tommy Hill coming to my life, do you know what I mean? And if it wasn't for fucking them, mate, I don't know how I would have ended up, you know what I mean? I probably would have, and they steered me down the right road, you know what I mean? Even Andy and Kelly, like, you know what I mean? And they said, like, fucking, you know, they took me in. My getaway was theirs in Liscard Close, you know what I mean? Yeah. That was which was too close to that. And then, because if otherwise, Marty, I would have fucking probably, I don't know, would have probably turned to fucking graft or something, or just to make money or whatever. But then I you know, working and stuff like that, because they sort of drilled it into me, do you know what I mean? And I was going to match with Tommy, so that's what took me. that was how I could get away and cope, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's just Lennon, like, I did have that sort of, like Lennon's mom would take me to, like, she, you know, does Marty want to come? And I remember going a few places with Lennon, like, and his mom and that, and they knew what, like, they knew what was going on in my house.
Mums and dads
you know, sometimes I don't really want to touch on it too much, but, like, you know, I feel like I have to say it because there's, you know, there's probably people who watch this and like, yeah, or something like, but I'd get home and, like, walk into like loads of like people in our house chasing a dragon, or, you know, our John, how bad was our John, mate? Fucked me before he had MND and all that. And sometimes like, I don't tell no one nothing, mate. I wouldn't even tell you or nothing because it's my own business, and I was sort of like embarrassed. Like,
I was the same.
Walking in and like mad and that with needles hanging up the arm and that, and like I was only like 10, 11. I'd be like, Mum,
yeah,
and they're like couching to fuck and all that, and then like our John had been like in the bedroom, like, smacked off his head, or there'd be people in the house who shouldn't be there, and this, that, and the other. That was my childhood. You know what I mean? From what I can remember, it was.
And as a kid, you don't want to be fucking experiencing them things. No one should have to.
Like now, I could walk past somewhere and I'd be like, "That's a smackhead's house." That
flashback. Would you just get flashback?
No, the smell of things, like the burnt foil and that.
Yeah, you could remember the smell. Honestly, and all that.
Mate, I could remember everything and like going through that.
You as a kid, Mart, that was probably.
My mates didn't know this. None of my mates knew.
Yeah, I remember coming to yours when you. I remember coming and that, like, and you were at school and whatever, and my Auntie Jackie was in, and that. I think you were coming to stay at ours or something. You come in from school, and I was like saying to, and this is a nephew saying, and it's just like, and I was saying, like, I think I was about 16 or 17 or something, and I was like, can't carry on like this, you know what I mean? Fucking, how do you think our Marty's in? He's all right and all that, and I remember like fucking coming in, getting some clobber and all that, and we fucked off. We went back, jumped on the bus back to Brookvale and that. And it was just a fucking terrible time for you.
And you know what? Like back then, like this day and age, like the social service and that, the shit, mate, the worst ever. But back then,
were they ever involved?
Yeah. Mate, I remember, I weren't even in senior school. I remember being with Ma, like, even like the past week, like so many smackheads coming through. The next door was smackheads as well. So like, you were like a little clique. You were all best mates and that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to mention who.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
But it was just like a rot, like next door, and like they were in. I'd seen it like coming in and out of each other. Anyway, it was a Saturday morning. Got a knock on the door, and like my mum opened it, and like it was social services, like, and they come and like he stood there, and then remember asking me questions and that, and they stuck me in the room asking me questions, and I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I love me mum, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. And then obviously they spoke to me ma, and then they went off, and then a couple of weeks later, I remember someone else coming round and. I don't know how close it was to getting took from my ma.
Yeah.
But they didn't take me. Now, if I was this age now and I knew what I knew then, I would have asked for them to take me.
Yeah.
Because I would have had a different, I think I'd be a different person than what my life had gone
through. And what
through.
you've experienced as well.
Massively, because what my foundation was growing up led me through the path of jail, fighting, this, that, and the other, grafting, blah, 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 which we'll touch on a bit, like, but that foundation steered me down that road. But now, if I know for a fact, if I was like in care and I was with a normal family, so to say, who had, you know, decent values and whatever, I reckon I'd be in a different position than what I am now.
I mean, sometimes, like, you go through things and it makes you the person who you are, and it seems mad. That's a bit of a, you know, mad thing to say, but it does, you know, it makes you who you are, and I'd like to think, you know, how you've turned out, and the same myself, because it's not all been fucking what's the name what we've had to do to get to where we are today and stuff, but like the experience of like drinking and fucking drugs around us and fucking fight and violence from a young age, seeing like my ma's getting a fucking out, you know, and we weren't strong enough to do anything about it, you know what I mean, and then we were scared. I remember being fucking scared, you know what I mean. And then you sort of like, it sort of becomes the norm, but then you just think to yourself, fuck this. And I remember when, you know, the same situation, fucking, the fella who my mum was with at the time, screaming and shouting at you and our Stephen, I think it was. It's like, who the fuck are you speaking to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, don't ever fucking speak to. I sort of got this, like, as I got to, I think I was about fucking 16. And I just said, don't ever fucking speak to them like that. I've got this fucking thing inside me. And then...
Isn't it funny how it stops though when we get older? And,
yeah, and I wasn't physically big enough to do anything, but I thought, and then I got all my gear, mate. I fucking, and I left you. I just thought, I'm fucking going. And I got a flat on Castle Fields.
Anyway.
Remember the flat? That was a mad flat, wasn't it? And I just got a flat. And it was like, I was working and stuff. And I left you and our Stephen and stuff. And I still seen you and that, but I just didn't live in the fucking house because I just didn't want all this shit anymore. But I just thought to myself, you know, the shit that we've been through as kids and stuff, and seeing like...
That's made us into who we are, don't it? Because like you say, you know, you said it to me before, how the fuck you turned out to like the person that you are, and the same with you, you know, you're massively loved and you're the kindest soul and the nicest person ever, and the upbringing that we've had. Maybe we should be in jail. You should be either in jail, or we should be like, I don't know, on the run abroad somewhere.
You know what? When you look at it like that, you're right, and that's what I was saying. You know, if it wasn't for Jackie Hill and Tommy Hill, I would have fucking... I'm not saying I would have, you know what I mean? But it's more than likely, you know what I mean? Because I always went to school, and I always wanted to fucking, you know, I wanted to play football and stuff like that. But then if it wasn't for them and teaching me properly, you know, values in life, you know, manners, respect, you know what I mean? And a loving family. Now I've got a fucking family that I've always dreamed of, you know, with my own family and stuff. And, you know, yourself as well. And, you know, it's mad how life can turn out, you know what I mean? Yeah. Considering it, like, going through the shit that we went through.
Like you're saying, like, even though it was a tough time and that, my ma still, you know,
she fucking
knew that, like, show me love, and she's still like, please and thank you and all that. But just shit the way, like, people can turn for that through their own struggles. So obviously with, you know, my nan dying and what have you, and that's just the way they went.
Yeah, I just don't think they ever got over me nan.
You know, when my ma went, I couldn't have went down that way. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I always used to fucking think. If I'm honest, I thought your what's name is tougher than mine. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking do it, and I just thought, is that the route our Marty's gonna go down, because of obviously, like, your mum, my mum and all that was their mum that died, and I think obviously they never got over it, but then. Fucking massive on the Northern Soul scene as well, though. Northern Soul it was massive. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like... I
went to a few of them, you know, and honestly, like...
they were fucking well known and loved all over the country, weren't they?
Yeah. Going through senior school and that, I'll carry on now. Going through senior school, I was boss, you know, a family mate who, like, I was with all the time and what have you, and I was just a joker. I was the first in there. If there was a fight, I was the first in there. You have to win, you know, fucking golfing off the castle, I was the first to do it, you know what I mean? Or going down the Asmore to rob the t-shirt out the factory, I was the first through the window, you know what I mean? All stuff like that. So I was always game for everything. And my mate too, getting pissed, you know, having a bevy in the park and getting pissed and all that, and going home, and yeah, it was boss, mate. I just loved being a kid.
Yeah,
I just loved growing up. I loved me mates, and
at a stage, Castlefields, that's where I obviously live now, and that, and same as you still
Never coming into ours, pissed. I mean, someone brought you to ours and you're absolutely rotten, and you knocked on the flat door.
Did they just leave you?
Just left you, and me and my man had to carry in you just on the couch there, and he's like, Jackie, you don't tell me, mum. And he was like, nah, we won't. And then you got up, and by the time you got up, you were gone. Like,
yeah, the fucking Steve. But you remember, anyone who lives on Castlefields, remembers Castlefield Centre, had the tanners in there, had the hairdressers, had the chemist, had the fucking the chippy, and it had Mal's, mate. Everyone fucking knew Mal's. It had like the arcade games, and it had Wonder Boy on the game and all that.
How old was that? Would I been there? Well, I was being in senior school, wasn't I?
I think you were just in the fucking... Marty, you might have even been younger, I think, but Mal's, mate, he was fully him, like, he took no shit.
He was sound, you know what? And like, as a kid, my ma, because she was doing whatever with her mates and whatever, she'd be like, go to the shop for me, lad. And I'd be like, yeah, go on then, because I knew I'd get some sweets out of it or something, do you know what I mean? Go to the shop for me. She'd write me a note. Mal, can you please give Martin 10 cigs and a few cans of, you know, Super Kezi or whatever. And I'd be about 9, 10 with this bag with the bevies in it.
Give you them?
And I'd be walking down the flats back to ours like that, and I'd take it in. And then she'd always ask me to go. And then one day, oh, mate. One day, I was just like, I didn't have no money, but I was starving. And like, I think, was it the morning? I didn't have no breakfast or nothing, so we went to Mal's. I was meeting the lads in that, but before they came, I just went in there and I was like, "Hi, you Mal?" And he's like, "Hello, Martin." And I go into the fridges and that, put loads of like sweets up my sleeves, and then like some crisping like in my jacket there. And as I'm walking out, crisping the sweets fell on my sleeve and I went on the floor. And it was like the world stopped. And I was like, just looked at the floor, the sweets, then looked at Mal, then looked back at the sweets, and I was like, oh. I just ran. So a couple of days later, go to the shop for me. I thought, oh, Mum.
Trying to make an excuse not to go?
Yeah, Mum, no, can't be bothered. Just go to the shop, will you? Wrote me a note. Go to the shop, and I knew I couldn't go in. I was like, he barred me. Do you know what I mean?
You only lived 2 minutes from the shop as well, didn't you?
Tony, he barred me. He's like, don't come back here again. I was waiting outside. I was like, making you go in the shop for me. My mum said I'm bad, and some fella went in for me, got the stuff.
How long was you there though?
About half an hour, 40 minutes. Went back in, I went, "Where have you been?" I was like, I was just talking to my mates now and had a little game of footy and whatever. And then I went back, and then a couple of days later, he told me, my lip. Like, my ma never hit me. She didn't, never hit me. Even like had been took back towards by the police. My ma never hit me. She'd shout. She just had that stare. Do you know what I mean? And she never hit me. And once I got bars from Mal's, that was it. Then she had to go all the time. It was the last time I went to Mal's with them.
What a fucking fella Mal was, though.
He was. I can't really remember much, but that was like a vivid memory of Mal's. Do you know what I mean?
Bad and your ma's and
I couldn't go to the shop with a note. Honestly.
So from there, obviously, you've known, like, left school and stuff like that. What am from there then?
What was my first job when I left school? Tiverton, Britain. And all my mates, like Lennon and, Reggie, like, most people went to factories, but like, all the lads who were in the top set went to like college, or they done like apprenticeships and that.
Uni and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was too stupid for that, mate. I was thick, you know what I mean? I got come at it, and I was like 16, 17. I went to work in Tiverton, and I was on £160 a week.
At 16?
At 16 back then, do you know what I mean? And
you just order picking and that, wasn't it?
I was like, I was going out, and no, it weren't. It was on a recycling bit, and because I was too young, it was with my ma's fella at the time, South African Johnny, he got me the job, and they had to, because I weren't like, I didn't have an NI number.
18, you couldn't go in on.
They give me a black like pass to say that I was 18. They called me Paul Bruce. My name was Paul Bruce. I had to answer to Paul Bruce. Paul. Sometimes people are going, Paul. And I'd be like, I'm Paul. Yeah, mate, what's happening? You know what I mean? Because Paul Bruce, that's what the name he gave me. And then it worked there, and I was on, how much was I on? 160? Yeah, 160 a week. And I'd be going like 16, we're going to pleasure rooms then. Pleasure rooms, Mr. Smith's, the Chambers, and I'd be sitting there, get the bevies, and the pints were only about, what, 190 then? Mate, I was flying, but it bit me on the arse in the end, you know what I mean? Like, all my mates went to apprenticeships. Look at me, like, my best mate, Bushy, Lennon, Reggie, you know, Shannon and all that. They're all doing well for themselves, their own businesses, or the high up in companies, you know what I mean? Thankfully, I've got a good job, you know what I mean? I've got 2 jobs, so like, but they all done well. But, you know, leaving school and that, mate, it was just
the pleasure rooms and all that. And we all used to go to pleasure rooms and that.
Best place in the world, man, honestly. You know, Gary's and all that, and it's just magic, absolutely magic. And some of the story, I could have his ear for hours just having a laugh, but you know, there's one memory that stuck with me, and it was last, you know, and it was with Richie Curran, my best mate at the time, like, he's still one of the best mates now. We'd be in the pleasure rooms, absolutely off our boxes, do you know what I mean? 6 o'clock comes, gets out on the train, back to, you know, coming back home and that. And he was blitzed, and he fell asleep on the train. We just got on the train, he fell asleep. You know what I mean? He took his shoes and socks off, and then put his feet on the back seat, and I was like, oh, man. So I went to the toilet, got loads of tissue, loads of tissue, just put it over him. There was loads, and he was hid under loads of tissue with his feet on there, and he was fast asleep.
He's leaving on the train?
Yeah, the stopped at Runcorn's, left him, and like, I went home to bed. So back then, I think the train took 4 hours then instead of 2, do you know what I mean? So I got home at 9:30, my phone's ringing.
Where from? Fucking
London. He went, got a fucking ass. He went, I can see Wembley Stadium or something like that. I was like, what? I went, did he fall asleep? Yeah. Oh, so put the phone down. So he had to come back. He had no money. He had to come back. The train went to Warrington. He gets off the train. And then he said, they went to the fella, is that going to Runcorn, mate? He went, yeah. Gets on the train. The train was the only next stop was London again. In London, I've got no money. I was crying, and mate, honestly, it was the funniest thing ever, man. And he got home at 8 o'clock in the night.
It was a long night.
Rough from the pleasure room.
Twice to London in a one day.
Thinking of Bobby Orange, not because he's been like that all night.
He's fucking been.
Yeah, but yeah. So like going out then when we were 16, going out, mate, and like I said, I was like on 160 a week, and the thing was Pringle tops then, weren't it? Remember the Pringle tops? That's what you Pringle tops and cardies and white tees, you remember them? Going out buying a Pringle top, and it was boss, mate. It was just boss.
Good times and stuff.
Yeah.
Then with all that, you have, how did all like this, like stuff like drinking, drugs, the violence, and all that shit, and that? How did all? So,
obviously, like I said, I was just a good kid, really, unless I was with my mates, you know what I mean? And like, again, I think I didn't meet Bushy till I was like 16. I met him in Smith's again through fighting. He was having murder with these kids. We were in Mr. Smith's and he was on his own. He went, oh, mate, I'm having murder with these kids from Mons and these rugby players. And I was like, oh, come with us, because there's loads of us, you know what I mean? Goes off anyway. And that's how I become through fighting in Mr. Smith's with Bushy. You know what I mean?
Mr. Smith's on a Thursday night.
It was a thirsty Thursdays, we used to call it. Thirsty. And that's how I met Bushy. And then from then on, met Pay. Well, I met Pay young a few years before that, obviously through footy and that. But then, obviously, that was our little clique then. Me, Bushy, Reggie, Shannon sometimes, Pay. And there was just fights every week in town. Matthew Street was our stomping ground, loved it. We wouldn't go Connie Square because it was full of absolute tablets, you know what I mean? It's proper divvies, like. And imagine the Quarter Bar, Hardy's, Smoky Mo's back then, before it was McCooley's on Matthew Street. So we were just all around there. Every single week we were fighting, every single week.
Was you getting nicked and that as well? Or?
Luckily, no, not really. He was just fighting in the clubs, getting kicked out by the bouncers and go to the next bar. But it was every week, Tony, do you know what I mean? Every single week. And I'd never started though. I'd never start a fight, do you know what I mean? But like,
if someone was involved,
if my mates fighting, I'd be the first there again, do you know what I mean? So there's a couple of times, there's a funny time where Bushy starts to fight me all the time, man. And these I think they were Turks or Albanians, two of them anyway. They were arguing. Next thing, Bushy's got kicked out, so I ran over and you just arguing with him, mate, yeah. As soon as I went bang, and then it was just like scrapping. And I end up with one knee. Bushy will tell you that's Bushy. When I end up with one knee, I'm like just bouncing behind us, and I'm ragging them. And then we get kicked out, and Bushy was just standing there, and he was like, "What?" And I had them two unders like that. Get kicked down the stairs, and I've got these two Albanians underneath me arm. Let go, and next thing it just goes off. Do you know what I mean?
I just didn't get fucking chopped up. So, do you know what I mean?
I've escaped jail so many times.
That's what I was going to say to you. Jail, and there's a couple of occasions that, unfortunately, that you went to fucking jail. Do you know what I mean? But you wasn't always fucking honest with me. So, you was never
leaving school. So from leaving school to like 21,
you went in the army. Remember?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. I went in the army. I was in the army, 18.
What did you just think I went out of fucking?
I was working in MFI. And I'd come home one night. I was on
Schreiber?
Yeah, Schreiber.
Yeah. Howden.
And come home one night, got in bed. And this advert come on. The Rangers, Royal Irish, kicking doors down, shooting things and like bombs going off. And I was like, mate, that's a bit of me, that, next morning.
Just by the fucking TV advert?
Just watching the TV advert. I was on 210, like I said, went straight to town.
To the careers office.
The career office. And I was like, I want to do this. And they were like, oh yeah, the Royal Irish, they're the Rangers at the minute, because, obviously regiments changing, what have you. Signed up. Got in the army, and that's when I met Howard and Harden. Like, honestly, they were my best mates then. And I met them, like, Howard was from Prescott. Adam was from Prescott, and Howard was from Rice Lane, Walton, I think, at the time. And we went, we joined. And then Howard was going to the Marines, and me and Adam went to the Royal Green Jackets at the time, 2nd Battalion. We went there, and then a couple of months later, Howard got medically discharged, but he left the Marines and come to the Royal Green Jackets, and then it was just us three. Just honestly, it was fantastic. It was the best time, and I'll say it to anyone: the best thing anyone can do is join the army. You know, you meet the best people. You got to trust people with your life and that, this, that, and the other. And, you know, we were just together all the time. We were just the three of us. We were just having a laugh and that. And again, loads of stories going on, fighting again, and going.
Do you know what's mad you say that, because we had Steve Fortune on, and he was his life about in the army, and he said it's just that culture. He said, but he fucking loved, like, he said there were certain things in life that he wanted to achieve, and he said in the army that was for him. And he said, like you just said there, the trust that you have in people, and he was a good organizer. People would go to him, do you know what I mean? And he said, the drinking culture and all the shit that comes with it, you know what I mean? You got lads who just fucking want to have a bevy and go.
That's what the army known for, and like, obviously the army.
Where was your base? It was
Blackpool. Out Monday to Friday, going on parade at like 8 o'clock in the morning, like that, sweating.
Kettle like and that still.
Yeah, and like it was just a lifestyle, honestly, just out and like.
Oh, mate, do you remember? I got a phone call. We took chase by in the car.
Did you get a phone call?
I got a phone call.
Me and Farnan?
Yes. And I was like, well,
lad, I bought it.
No, I'm sure you were getting chased, and I'm sure you're like down the phone, Tony. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, lad? And you're like, well, I just took chasing it.
I didn't have a license.
I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm in Runcorn, you're in Blackpool. I can't fucking do anything. And you're like,
he grassed me up, He grassed me up. Anyway, we bought a car for £300 off this fella in there. Never given him. I was hated in camp. Everyone hated me. Do you know what I mean? Because I was a proper skull. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on back fighting and pissing people off and what have you. I bought a car off this sergeant, £300. Never given him money for it or nothing. And he's like, "You got that money?" I was like, "Nah." I said, "I'll give it at the end of the month. I'll just swerve him." Do you know what I mean?
You fucking
I was, me, honestly. So we get in this car and maybe I'll drove into Blackpool from the camp.
No license, no insurance.
Nothing. No insurance, proper divvies. Ladded, maybe I'll drive back. Anyway, this is like
blue licenses.
Yeah. So I took chase and I thought, right, I'm going to turn now so I can turn it on this in this back alleyway. So the car's like
blocks the fucking
like that.
Blocks them.
And they can't come past. But because I was bevy, I took the key out, I looked straight in the car, was just going straight. I was like, shit. So we had to slam on, open the doors.
Bailed,
ran off. And I was running far, and was faster than me. Do you know what I mean? He was off because he was like a marathon runner. And I could feel the car cleaning. He's going to run me over here. So we just darted right. He goes that way, goes round to the front of the house, just jumps over the bush, and I'm in a garden. I just run, and I get behind this like bush, and I'm there, and I fell asleep, and I could hear the dog sniffing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, get me, it's going to rip my head off. Oh my god. We just sat there, and like the helicopter was out and all that, and you gone, and you didn't find me, and I woke up, and it must have been a couple of hours later. That must have been like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was dark. I fall asleep, wakes up, and it was light. I was like, I didn't have a watch or nothing. So I had my phone. I can't remember ringing
you. You did. You rang me, like.
Can't remember. And then I rang Adam and said, have you got any money in the account? He went, yeah, go ahead. Got a taxi back. That was it. Then I thought, yes, I got away with this. I'm not getting nicked. Monday morning, and go to the Sergeant Major's office. I just stabbed my tabs and that. I was like, police were there. I was like, he went, hey, did you go? We couldn't find you. We got the other lad, but we couldn't find you. And I was like, I'm telling you, mate. I said, no, we can't find you. Catch me if you can. Do you know what I mean? Made a joke out of it. I was like, well, how did you know I was driving then?
You blew your sky high like a canary.
How would they know I was driving the car? How would they know that was me?
He fucking blew you back.
He blew me over. He still denies it to this day, you know. But he won't admit that, but I know he blew me up, mate.
Fucking grass.
Yeah, the army was the best time of my life with my best mates and come out of the army and
you went fucking AWOL. That was
yeah.
You went AWOL and that was another time, mate. You fucking
John died. That's South African John died. He was found dead. on the field by the brow up there, the blood clot.
I remember, and your head was all over the place. I remember you ringing me, and you were fucking like, I remember the phone call, kid, and you were ringing me, like, you were upset and all that, and you were like, and no one knew at the time and whatever. And
I said to you, what do we do? I remember saying to you, what do we do? Should I stay or should I come home? And you're like, well, you can't come home because you're in the army. So I had to go and see the sergeant major and ask for time off because Joanne was, she was pregnant then. She was a baby, and because of the age difference, she's a lot older than me. Do you know what I mean? So she had all these like Down syndrome tests, and I was like, "Can I go home for 2 weeks?" And we're going to Optelech 9, in Iraq. We ain't going for like 2 months, and I went, just can I have a couple of weeks off? But no. We went, you're in training. Like I went, well, I've just come back from Belize. We've done that. I said, what's next? He went, you're going exercise next week. I said, can I have a week and a half off then? No, he hated me because I was a little shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. I brought the police back to camp so many times. I brought it on myself, do you know what I mean? If I was sad, he probably would have let me home. We went, no. Went back to my room, got my stuff.
It's dusty.
Rang Joanne, can you come and pick me up? Joanne picked me up, went back to hers, and I stayed in hers then. And the police didn't know that address, and they obviously going to yours, going to your Mars and that, chasing me and that, looking for me. But
I was like, I've not fucking seen him, which I fucking hadn't.
And I couldn't work or nothing because they were there.
You were just like, because you're a national insurance, they find you, you know what I mean? How long was you on the run for?
A year, 12 months, and then like, the baby was born.
No kid, you know what I mean? You must have been
you knocked at your Mars, I was in your Mars one night. You knocked at your Mars at 4 o'clock in the morning. Bang, like the door was going through. And I just knew it was, like, shorts on, out the window. Out the back, as you go up the stairs, that
bedroom there,
out the window. And as soon as I scaled that fence, one of them come round. Yeah. See you later. Out that way, up the road, by the woods. Didn't catch me, I was gone. Straight to pieces, where my ma was at the time, stayed there, and then went back to Anfield then, where I was half living.
Put backwards and forwards.
And then...
while you were on the run, was Emmy born
then? No, she weren't. Emmy wasn't born.
No, I was going to say, because when you're saying Joanne was pregnant, but...
Oh, no, that was when I left the army, so when I went AWOL, that was sort of at the start, so then I went AWOL.
How did they catch you, lad?
I handed myself in because I met Joanne while I was...
I remember having a conversation with you, like saying, listen, kid, you can't carry on like this, you know. You're looking over your shoulder, all your fucking... just for going AWOL out the army and that, but like, it's a big fuck.
On everyone's, and I was like, nah, I've got to go back. Our baby's born now, so...
And what did they get?
I went in when I was 18, and then I come out when I was... like 3.5.
You've done 3.5 years in the army, and obviously some of the shit that you'd fucking what's in, but then you just had enough that sergeant major knocked you back on home leave or whatever, and
I was like, nah, see you later. And then I handed myself in. I went to court martial.
Where did they jail you?
Colchester, the glass house, the Collie Nick.
How did you get?
I loved it, It was
bad. You know what? Everyone who comes on here, right, always says, like, if they've been to jail or they've done a sentence and that, it's not that bad. I'm going to be honest, I couldn't do jail. Simple as that.
Faggot and all that.
Fucking good as shit, lad. I couldn't do jail. Simple. I like my freedom. I like having that shit every morning and all that.
You could, because if you're in that position, you'd adapt to it.
No, I know you've got to adapt to it. But it's like loads of people said to me when we were close to fucking going like, fucking again, mate, fucking pure fucking big handbrakes in my undies, mate, in Crown Court, like, and by big bag, and you're thinking, and we were gonna go to jail in London. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we touched lucky, but me personally, I don't think. I mean, like you say, you'd adapt. I get all that, but I couldn't have done it, mate. I'll be honest. But you, like, obviously Colchester, it's Essex way, is that, isn't it?
Colchester, yeah.
How long did you do? If I can remember.
5 months to give me. 5 months.
Was it all right with the
boss? So funny. The lads come down as well and see me, do you know what I mean? It's a 4-hour drive. Joanne come with the baby. Mm-hmm. Even though she come with the baby and that, and end up arguing. In
the visiting room, in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
My ma ghosted me twice. She ghosted me at the army prison, and she ghosted me at civvy prison as well. When I done jail out of here, she ghosted me twice.
So you sent to BO?
Yeah, my ma's meant to come to the Colchester. That's too far for her. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the way she was and what have you. I remember coming out there and like marching back, and one of the screws, one of the army screws went, "Have you been ghosted, Manel?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "Ha ha! Get back to your room, you little blade."
One of the screws. Was you?
No, I was laughing because like we had like some of us had a bit of banter with the screws, and that, you know what I mean? Boss mate, the screws like our
If
mates.
you treat them with respect and you respect,
Yeah,
I know.
and they know the ones you can have a laugh. So if they know you can take banter and you can give it back,
give and take,
and that's why he was like that. Ha ha! Get back to your room. I was like,
you blade,
you little blade.
So obviously from there, when you come out of Colchester, you think fucking time to fucking change my ways or whatever, or get back to fucking.
Well, when I come out of the
army jail,
you wanted me to stay in. You wanted me to stay in the army.
Oh. You wanted to stay in jail?
Yeah. Oh, your styles, you want to stay? I would have said yeah. Go ahead, lad. I would have said yeah. Honestly, but no, I come out and oh, I lost my train of thought there. Come out there. Recession was on.
Yeah.
When we went to the recession in 2008. And obviously I was with Joanne at the time, and obviously I was in Anfield then. Do you want
I remember because I was in Norris Green.
You were in Nogsy, mate.
Yeah, I was in Norris Green.
So I was being in Anfield for like years, and we went back to Wales anyway, and we were back into Wales, and then because we were in the recession, it was half time a job. I remember, but getting a little peddler and just biking it to that Ainsley and Dust. When did we have that Euro-wide job?
Euro-wide?
When was that?
I got you in there, didn't I think?
Was that after I come out? It must have been.
Jimmy Williams was, and Frank, what's his name? Like, they were like the bosses and that, and I had to wear.
Even though it was order picking, it was boss meat.
It was sounding there, and it was only down the road and it was only down the road for you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I come from there. Sorry, I come out of jail, out of Colchester, Nick, into the session, then couldn't get a job. And Joanne, honestly, you know, she fronted everything for ages. She fronted everything.
And in the end,
I was signing on and that, and I was getting a little bit of money, and then someone that, you know, we knew had a little graft up and crew, and so I started grafting, doing the banana and white then, and
that was,
I know you did, I know.
I see my arse big time.
But I felt like
I wanted to fucking fill you in, lad, because you were fucking, because of what had happened to our family. I always said to you, I remember saying to our Stephen as well, don't ever go to graft and all that, especially that. And when someone told me, actually,
who?
I'm not saying to him.
How did you find out?
Someone told me, and I pulled you, and you were like, nah, and I was like, don't fucking lie. You were like,
I don't get it though, because
I don't know how I found out.
Obviously, you being in Norris Green and me being there.
I found out because then we moved from Norris Green to Runcorn, I think it was. Or
you went to Heighton, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I was in Heighton and then Norris Green, but I can't remember. But so I got wind of it.
Who was it?
I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. You know what I mean? But and I remember pulling you, and you were like, nah. And I was like, and I think I put the phone down on you, and I was like, you're a fucking arsehole, you're fucking this, that, and the other. You know what it's done and all that. And I wasn't giving you the chance to speak. And just button.
I know.
And then I went, but then obviously, you know, your circumstances and all that, which I still don't agree with, but at the time, and then fucking that lad as well, you know, graft mates, and you fucking. But that's all at the time.
Mates, because the recession and that, it was just easy. It was there. Do you know what I mean? I was only getting 400 quid a week. I was only getting 400 quid a week. I was only driving at the time. I started off driving. Driving this, I'd go pick this kid up on Park Road, pick him up, and then drive the crew in a Vauxhall course, and never forget it. That's when they like, they've sorted all right cars then, Vauxhall course, up the motorway. We'd have to be in work at 10 o'clock, so pick him up at like 9 o'clock, 9:15, and then we'd go there, and you know, he'd be the main person going and serving people and what have you. And he left. He had made we called him the big fella, like, you know, he was a big, he was a big fella, like, do you know what I mean, and what have you. And that lad left, and then I was in the hot seat then, and I had some doorman, and one of his mates driving me around, and I think I got £100 pay rise. Then I was on a monkey a week, you know what I mean? So like, get in there, and I was going into the houses and that then, and this, that, and the other, and
from what you seen as a kid and all that, and then you're doing all fucking madness like that.
Exactly, and we got mates with like a few smackheads and what have you, and like sometimes we'd chill in houses and whatever, just to get off the street and that, and you're like, you'd speak to him like, why? I sort of wanted to get an understanding of it, because I couldn't get an understanding. I've never had an understanding of why people do it. You know what I mean? Obviously, with my mad and John and Leslie, and they were just like, it was an escape from their problems. You know what I mean? And I sort of
they were taking heroin and crack to fucking deal
and I was like,
whatever problems.
Exactly, mate.
Sort of like a what's the name of, like that takes the pain away, but then when that fucking wears off, they'll want more because it's so addictive and stuff like that.
That's it. And once, like, it's not like Lemo or Gary's or, you know, the drug. But back then, though, heroin was the drug in the 60s, 70s, sorry, the 70s and 80s, and then it was coke, and then
tablets,
it was
and all that, and
tablets, and now it's ket, isn't it? So, it, you know, that's where my ma was at, and I was asking all these smackheads, and I was like an interview, and I was like this, Joe was like, oh yeah, so what then? Like, blah blah blah, and you're telling me this, that, and yeah. I had a bit more of an idea then. I was like, heavy, man, and you've seen some bad things, man, and you know, even though I was on that money, I was still putting money on the table, I was going home every week and Monday to Friday. It was just like a job, you know what I mean? Get up at 9, 8:30, get ready, go, you know, get picked up, take it with me, and then base off in the house, and then, but I weren't asked, because I knew at the end of the week I was getting 500 quid. And that was good money at that time, do you know what I mean?
To put food in the cupboards and support your family.
Because she'd fronted, or like, you know, with me coming out of me in the session, she got a lot, she was on quite a bit of money, like, do you know what I mean? And
but you wanted to put your hand in your own pocket. You wanted to be the man, like, just like we all do, innit? You know what I mean?
And that was the way of doing it at that time. And then, you know, a couple of things happened, and
I was going to say, the fucking shit and that comes with it.
Yeah, and like, you know what I mean? I was lucky enough that, like, I worked away from Liverpool, not in Liverpool, because all the wars going on with, you know, all that. It's madness.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just simple fucking, you know, you're doing whatever you're doing on someone else's fucking thing, or and all the shit that comes with it, man.
Liverpool's right for it. It's bad to work in Liverpool, you know, doing whatever, whether it's Lemo, the brown, the white, whatever it is. You know, because you're always stepping on someone's toes in that.
It's fucking bad for it's full stop, because you don't need the shit, like. That's the matter.
But I've been out the way, there's no one there toes to step on, because wherever you was, you'd bully whoever was there in the first place out. And there was, you know, the last time, like, when I stopped it and that, I went working that day, and like the back of the window got, you know, they pulled up some house, and this kid come up, like, we were having, I weren't, the big fella was, he was having to do's with this other fella, you know, arguing this, that, and the other, and I went working. It was on the news and that. It was on North West years ago.
You could have been in that fucking car.
The lad who I used to drive around was in the car with the fella that drove me around, and he was covering me for that way, and he's put the back window through with the, you know, a piece and that, and they drove off, and I was like, right, okay, sound. And then I just, you know,
that was it then. Did you?
Something happened anyway, and you know, there was a bit of aggravation between it, and then I just bailed. And then I got my own place.
You and Jim, by this time, you and John had separated.
We had separated, and I had my own place. Just she didn't know this. I wouldn't tell her, because I know she'd be round and knocking on the door and that. Do you know what I mean? But just where Prairie Road, all them big houses and flats. I had a house there, well, a flat, and I stayed there. And then I was like, Dad, living on my own, and I weren't getting money. I was back on the dole and that, and then I come back to Runcorn. And then you found out about it. You gave me loads, and then my ma, I walked into my ma's, and she's like, "There's 2 on there, lad." And I went, "What?" And she went, and I was like, my heart dropped. I was like,
just playing, you know, she knew, she'd let you know that she's fucking you.
That she knew. But I was like, who told them?
I didn't fucking tell her anyway.
I could have, like, I was like, yeah, okay.
Just started to blend it.
I was like, what are you on about? And she's like, I'll never forget, I can see it now. I was like, fuck that. And I went, then I stopped it. And like, I always went back and away.
So what was the score with, like, getting in jail for fucking...
I don't really want to, you know, jail was like, how old was it, 20, you didn't even know about that, did you? You didn't even know, no one knew about it. It was something happened, and something happened, and it was something that, like, it was silly, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, drunk again, and, you know, it was, you know, scrapping and what have you, and it just, like, got off, and it was still down to the ale again, do you know what I mean? And goes to court and all that, and I was just like, oh, no, I'm not admitting to that, but I'll admit to that, do you know what I mean? The section, I think I got took down from section 21, sorry, 18, it was section 20, common as, like,
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Because my
Brief.
no, my statement was different to other people's, do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't miss it.
You know you were going to jail in a court that day.
Nah, man.
You have no bag in it.
Nah, and I was like,
I don't mean to laugh because I'm thinking you fucking
nah, I didn't think I was going. And then, the court date, I got told to take a bag anyway by one of the lads who went, March, to take a bag just in case. In course, he was like, yeah, the only way to deal with this is a custodian. I just went, I was like, wow, I was like pinching myself going, what?
That hearing the judge say that, lad.
I was like, no way. And the first thing I said to my man, I was like, you've got clobber with me. Going away, and then Jackie Chan's trainees and the trackies and that, mate. I was like, yes. So, yeah, what did I get?
They give you this, what did the judge sentence?
9 months and I done 4.5. I was sent to Walton. No one knew. Me ma didn't.
I didn't know.
You didn't. Stephen didn't. Your ma, no one knew. Because I thought it was like, oh, it was just, you know, something stupid.
I'm going to get a smack on the hand, yeah, fine and all, that community service or something.
Bang, you're going to jail, mate. And I was in the sweatbox going from the course in town to the Walton Nick. I was like, what was I doing here, man? I was laughing because I was that scared. I was like, what? And then people were speaking in the sweatbox with each other, and like, what are you in for? I was like, fighting. What are you in for? Drugs, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. There, it was a bank holiday weekend, weren't it, mate? Bank holiday weekend on a Friday, so I was in the induction wing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
4 days.
No telly or nothing with this kid. He was a stress head. So 2 stress heads in the pad together with no telly. Just
was the previous in the pad?
No, 2 of us.
Previous, isn't it?
Not a word spoken to each other for 4 days. Not a word.
No conversation, no fuck all.
Nothing. You know, right, Sand? Did we get a telly? I don't know, you know. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Swear it was bad, mate. It was terrible. So they got 4.5 months, got took to Jeebing, the jungle they called it. Again, do you know what, mate? I had the boss time in jail.
Mad.
Boss loved it. It was so funny.
Did you just go in and do your...
Yeah, so I got put on the force with these kids. And we're quite lucky, to be honest with you, because they sort of ran the wing. They were only kids, like, but like, there was loads, and there was a firm of them. They were from the Swan. I can't remember what the firm was called.
But the all day, though?
All day, mate. Like, when you go to jail, these lads, bad news, man, honestly, there's a thing called spooning people. So people that come in, you know, you got any weed on you, or have you got any weed on you? Nah, if they don't believe you, they'll spoon you. So that what it is they'll grab you, pin you down, spoon up you.
See if you plugged anything. Fuck off.
Take it off you. You know what I mean? So I was like, I didn't know none of this. I didn't know, you know what I mean? So I like, and I remember standing in the pad, and he was like, what are you in for? And I told him, and that, and he was like, ah, yeah. You got any weed? I was like, nah, I don't smoke it, no, just heavy and that. And then the pad just went quiet, and I thought, yeah, this, it's airy, this, and I thought, is it going to go off? Yeah. My first night, I thought, I'm not going to sleep yet. They might grab me and do something to me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the next morning, he was just like, oh yeah, you can tell you want. Because like I said, I was in town every weekend. I was only, how old was it, 24?
Mm-hmm.
We were still going to town. We were still in town every weekend. Like, you can tell you're one of them lads who just go to town every weekend, getting blitz and that. And I was like, yeah. And then he told me about the spoon, and I was like, oh, thanks. Virgin, thank you so much. Like, thank you so much. I was like, really? They're like, yeah. So in the daytime, these kids were just round the wing, just having people off, taking, and next door, there was a couple of the mates, and you're passing, you'd wrap some, whatever weed you got, you'd wrap it up in paper and put it through the pipe next door. So whoever got weed, they just, do you know what I mean? He was just boxed off. And then he was found, you know, I got a job on that.
and I got a job in the kitchens, and I went down to the twos with this lad called Tommy from Tocky. Soundest fella ever. Had like 5 coffees a day, mate. He was mad, honestly. So we were working in the kitchens and on the pie press. 1,000 pies a day pressing. But honestly, it was hard work, man. The pot washer started on.
Yeah.
Clean all the pots in the
Just getting out your fucking pad, just going.
Out the pad, 30 quid a week. Biggest paid job in there.
How the fuck did you get on that? Did you bend on that? Just fucking... Just you and your
job,
fucking what's the name ways and that.
For the job, yeah. Just being sound and that. And then done that. Met some sound lads. I still speak to O'Reilly now. Keys was mental, mate. He was in for the mad one. Crazy. But, I still speak to O'Reilly now, like. Badger, he's back in. You knew Badger?
Was he from Black Road? Wasn't from Black Road, was he?
Yes. Paul, something I can't remember his name now, but he was like, "You Tony Murrell's brother?" I was like, cousin, like, yeah. And he was like, "I know you're Tony." No, sorry, he weren't. He was from Daysbrook, Joe Daysbrook Lane, by the Tesco, going to Highton.
West Derby.
West Derby, the bottom
yeah,
area. He was from there. And then Waze, he knew you.
Wow.
He knew you. He's like,
you like that?
Wherever you go, everyone knows you, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Remember Lynn, when you went to New York, and he's like, "Marty, you come back home." She's like, "Marty, you don't believe him." What? And she's like, "You're in New York by the big, the big
Brooklyn Bridge it was.
Murrell! Someone shouting Tony fucking knew someone in New York, didn't he? I was laughing the head off.
I was fucking, mad that, yeah. I remember walking over the Brooklyn Bridge, there was some fella I knew from Birtwell.
Was it Tony?
Yeah, and I was like, this fucking, what's his name, new bird or something. And he was like, "Should we get a picture?" And I was like, "Well, we'd met him on holiday, but he was with his wife then, and he must have split up or something." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not getting my mates with his wife still on fucking Facebook or something." And I was like, "Not being in a picture with the fucking new bird," you know what I mean? Seriously, lad. I know me, but Olivia used to, like, when we were in Tenerife playing in the pool with the kids, we called them the dolphin girls because they were always swimming, the fucking boss swimmers, and they were hard as fuck. They were knocking fuck out the lads and all that. Yeah, but that's, I know, it was their dad, and he was like, "Do you want to get married?" He was getting married over there, and he was like, "Should we get a picture?" And I went, "Oh, no, I'm gonna go, mate. See you later."
Did you just get married over there?
Yeah, but that was the that was the fair. Yeah,
you still haven't had the party for that, have you?
No, Lynn said she doesn't want to.
Why?
Look, I don't know. No, she just...
I remember that you sneak, like, you come back like we're married. I was like, "What?" I said, "You didn't even, what? You haven't even had where's the wedding?" Well, we've done it.
Stag doing all that.
We've done it over there.
Yeah, but it was fucking...
It's twice you've said to me, "We're having a party in January."
Yeah, we were. It was fucking... Well, it's just... What's name?
That's when I just started DJing. I was like, "Yeah, that'll be my first set."
First DJ.
Yeah.
But from there, obviously... your time in there, but like, obviously you met a few good lads. Are you still in contact with
Nah, not really. Just sort of Facebook, you know what I mean? How are you? How's things?
Yeah.
Bad's just gone back to jail. Keys was over where. Then come out, and then it was just like I come out of there, and then I was just like,
"Need to get my life on fucking track here."
Yeah, I think that hit home, and I was like, "You need to stop being a little scallywag here and." I was trying to find a decent job, and Bushy got me onto the railways then, and it was like good money. So you know what I mean? That it was better money than grafting. You know what I mean?
Just an honest living, kid, innit? You know what I mean? It's the best fucking. You know, you're not sleeping with one eye open, or you're not involved in any shit, or you know, and it's just the best way of fucking life. And
it's like yourself, lads. You know, obviously, like, you know. You've always been like on the straight and narrow, and you know you wouldn't do wrong, and you've always had a work ethic, man. And you know, going from like even like just working, then getting there, doing the Murrell's tours, you know, and then you the comedy thing, and just watching you do all that. It's like not a father figure, but watching you do, like going from working a factory to what you've got now with the garage, and you know, even the podcast and that. You've always had the work ethic of on the straight and narrow. Do
you know what, kid? It's lovely to hear that, but just fucking, when we were younger, just a bit like no one had any hope for us at all. Everyone used to think, "Oh, it was just fucking scary."
It just shows though. It's like, of course you've gone that way, and I've gone
but Marty, that way. Let's be honest. We've all made mistakes. I've fucking made plenty of mistakes, loads of mistakes. Fucking, you know, obviously not graft wise and stuff like that. But I know, obviously, you know, you've been honest enough to say, look, I was doing it because at the time I couldn't get a job and this, that, and the other, and that's what you had to do, and to put food in the cupboards and all that. And like I say, I fucking see my ass when I found out about it and stuff. But then I always remember people saying to me, I remember people laughing at me, saying to me, when I said I was going to get Nigel Benn and bring Nigel Benn to Runcorn.
Yeah.
People were laughing at me, and I thought, I'll fucking show them. I'll show them. Not in an arrogant way, but in a way that I can bring these type of people to Runcorn and do these nights and stuff. But then with the comedy nights and stuff, with some of the comedians we've had on, but then the fucking, you know, I always wanted to I wanted to go on holidays. I wanted to have a family that, you know, could rely on me and stuff like that. You know, and it just comes where if you want something in life, no matter how shit your upbringing is, you can't let that affect you, because if you do and you feel sorry for you, and we fucking never. Do you know what I mean? We never. Listen, you've made a couple of mistakes. I've made fucking loads of mistakes. Look at me, I nearly went to fucking jail about fucking 2 years ago. I remember, you know, when you saying to me, Tony, you'll be all right, stop stressing and all that. Marty, because I've never been in that predicament. I've never been in trouble. Like I said before, a lot of people, I'd never been in trouble in my life. And then getting nicked over that fucking, you know, getting that chart, I was like, what? I was going to lose everything. Do you know what I mean? And I thought everything I've worked for, this fucking madness that went on, you know, fighting at the football and stuff, and I'm not proud of it.
Mm.
But that's, you know, it's like at the time,
you're in that position.
You fight all flights and stuff, and I made the decision. It was no one fucking what's the name. I made that decision, and at the time, you don't give a fuck. You know, you're there and it's going on, and everyone's fucking doing what they're doing, and then it wasn't till later on when it's so the adrenaline's worn off and all that, and you see the severe how bad it was.
Bad. I remember coming in here, meeting you just...
I was black and blue.
You couldn't even say nothing to you. I remember saying to you, lad, it's sad, you know, you won't go with your first offence, you got no history, this, that and the other, and blah, blah, blah. But you couldn't see that. You were like...
Mate, I was convinced, but...
You're the worst stressed person anyway, you know what I mean? You wouldn't even walk in the house to me, you're like, fucking get away from me now, and I'm not doing nothing.
No, because I'm fucking about any fucking...
But you can't say, like, obviously, you know... You're just like, nah, it's gonna be sad. You're like, nah, and you're just stressing and lucky.
It's like the advice where you were like that to me, Tony. Look, you know, there was a similar thing where something happened in the family, and you were the one who said to me, I think Lynn rang you and said, Tom Marty, you need to come round, and what's the name, and it was you coming round and telling me not to go through with something and do something that would have changed my life forever. I wouldn't be here now interviewing you now. I would have been in fucking jail, looking at fucking 15 years, 20 years, because I wanted to fucking kill somebody, do you know what I mean? And that's not me trying to come across as a fucking hard, because I'm not, I don't betray to be someone. But the situation that happened in our family, I was ready to go and fucking do something, which at the time you don't give a fuck. I was begging you to give me the key. And you were like...
It would have been so different.
And it was down to that, you giving me that advice, my life and my family's life would be totally different to what it is right now. Because I would have went and fucking killed them. Do you know what I mean?
You would have, mate. And
then I couldn't father it. And then in the end, you Lynn, Christine, the sister-in-law, you calmed me down and stuff. And I was still fucking figuring ways how to go and do this and do that. And then now when I look back at it, my life would be so much different now if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for Lynn and Christine.
If I would have let you in that house,
if you would have given me the key, if you would have went, go ahead, go. And I would have let myself in the house. And
you know what? And you know, if I was younger,
we both would have went and done it.
If I was younger, and hang on, what year was that?
That was 7 years ago. 7 years ago.
What are you in now then?
Fucking hell, mate.
What, 23, 4, 26? Yeah, I'd been to jail.
And
so I think at the back of my mind, I was like,
I'm not going back to fucking, you know what I mean? But also, it was you that spoke me round, and to be honest, like I say, my life would be totally different. We've all made, and it's one of them, you know, decisions and stuff like that. And I've dwelled on it for years and stuff, and go, fucking shit house. I should have done this and I should have done that. But my life would be totally different. So I've got you to thank for fucking talking me out of doing something that I probably would have regretted for the rest of my life.
Just think, you'd be like. Like Chad Bronson, mate.
Shut up.
You wouldn't get out either. You'd be like, you'd be selling all kinds in there, you mate.
Be selling comedy night tickets and fucking memorabilia.
Memorabilia from the pad.
No, but listen, we can laugh about it now, do you know what I mean? But, like I say, it could have been totally fucking different. And I've made mistakes, so they're my mistakes that I've been, you know, I've not, you know, it's not all been all good and fucking what's the name about it, you know what I mean? So, but, like I say, we're fucking here now, and, you know, it is what it is, and, you know.
Yeah. I've never really spoke about any of that, like, do you know what I mean? And, like, there's a lot of things that, like, that I could go into, but I'm not, do you know what I mean? And just a lot of stuff's happened, but I'm just, like, you know, like you said, you're happy that you're like, I'm working and I've got a good job.
But that's what I mean, Emmy, you know, you've had it tough as well, you know, you've dealt with all shit and that, like, I mean, we won't go fucking, what's the name him, you know, and all that shit, but you've had it tough, lads, just to see Emmy, you know what I mean? No, dad's out there, he was struggling, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, obviously when, like, at the time when it split up there, that's when it went to pot. And she, at the time, and she was horrible, mate, like, horrible. And, like, one time, like, before court happened, she was like, yeah, you can see the baby and that. And I was like, sound. Go and knock on the door, went in. And, yeah, you can come and see the baby. I was knocking on the door, and I was only going from the top of Prairie down to Yelvin, and do you know what I mean? And she didn't know that. She thought I was coming from...
Yeah.
So I literally walked down the road, so I knocked on the door, and just... Something didn't feel. I just walked out the back, 2 busy cars, looking over, like, she rang the busies, mate.
Like a set-up?
So I was kicking the door, and that away, so just knocking on the door, no one was in. But as I got, like, to the end, I can't remember the street name. Like, no, I was at the end of the street and 2 busy cars went to the house.
You seen the busy cars?
I was like, right, you little rat. And I was like, sound, went back to flat. Solicitors straight away.
You're going down the right routes and that?
Went that, and I didn't see it, like, obviously, and she was like, I want money and this, that, and the other. And I was like, nah. Went to court, and we went to court the first time, and I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. I thought I'm going to solicitors, and they were like, you need to fill C100 form out. I done a post on Facebook a couple of times about people like a dad struggling and that.
Did you want some advice and stuff like that?
No, like what I was going through is like, you need to fill in this, that, and the other.
Oh,
like,
you were giving advice out?
Yeah, and like I've been through it all, and I've been to court 4 times. That's how fucked the system is, where dads are concerned with the kids.
Wanting to see the kids.
The court just side with the man no matter what. And I've never been done for, like, I've never battered there, never touched there, you know, I've never battered our baby, I've never, you know, I'm not a drug user, you know, I'm not a nonce, I've never touched kids, this, that. I was just, to the court and to the solicitors, I was just a dad. You know what I mean? Obviously, I've got previous going to jail and that, but I'm not a high risk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, went to court, come out the room, and like Joanne was like, stop the court, stop it, I'll let you see it. Goes back in the first time. I don't want to carry the court on, no. Honestly, we walked out the court, finished the court in, and she went, you're not seeing it, and walked off. Walked off on me.
After saying that in the court?
I spit down now. We walked out the door, she went, you're not seeing it anyway, and walked off. And I was like,
that's
went straight back to solicitors, and I told the solicitor, they were like, no. I went, yeah. I said, can we start the court proceedings again? They went, of course. A couple of weeks later, doesn't turn up.
What's the judge? I mean, what the fuck's the judge thinking about all this? Not turning up.
Not that. What's going through her mind? Like, I just want to see our baby. You know what I mean? Do you want to spend time with her and do like things like
be
a dad? Just be a dad. She was 3. I left when she was 3. So
you didn't leave. You fucking it was.
We split up, and she was gone in the head. Do you know what I mean? And just arguing all the time, and it's time to leave anyway. So obviously we split up and go court again. Doesn't turn up. Gets a letter from the court. She doesn't turn up. 3rd time she gets another letter, like a final one. I forgot what it's called. You've got to come, or you're going to arrest you. A summons she got. Yeah. Turns up. No, but the baby doesn't want to see him. She doesn't even know him. And I'm like, this is because of you stopped me from seeing her. I haven't stopped seeing her.
You don't have a fucking relationship with her.
In court again. And I was saying to me, solicitor, I was like, We're in court again because she stopped me from seeing it. Not me. Then why am I here again? So it goes through it all. He set up contact in a church down in Bootle. And they were like 13 weeks. I was like, hang on a minute, why? They haven't done nothing wrong. Why aren't I getting contact with my daughter? They're like, no, you've got to do this first. Like, why? You wouldn't answer me. Just like, it's just the procedure. I mean, so I've got to have supervised
like
contact.
3 months under the weight.
I've got to have supervised contact for 13 weeks. But what? What have I done wrong? She's a baby and Joanne, you know, she doesn't like trust it. Like, what? You're going to run off with that. I was like, what? I mean, what? He said, what? And you were just like, you've got to do this. 13 weeks. I went to this place in Bootle. Not once she didn't turn up. Goes back to court.
13 times you went.
13 times. 13 times went to this place in Bootle.
How that affects you?
And the girl,
you, Marty, them times just going, lad, and she's not turning up.
Mate, my head was kettled.
I remember Christmas. I remember when you went out and bought all that gear, all like prezzies and all that. And you went and you dropped it off. She just fucking you left it on the step or something like.
She took it to your ma's. She took all the stuff your ma's. Threw them outside. All the toys in there outside. I was like, what have I done wrong? Why? Because I don't want to be with you. We were arguing all the time.
And it's not good. It's not good environment.
You know,
we're seeing it ourselves, fucking arguing and all that.
That's
and you've done the right thing by. If it's not working, as long as you're fucking carrying on, or it's got all that shit and all that. But it wasn't like that. You just weren't getting on and whatever, and fair enough.
See me ma get battered, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
See me ma get battered week in, week out. And when I started arguing, I was like, wow, mate, this is history repeating itself.
And you know, you don't, and that's not, and you know, you're big enough to walk away and fucking, listen, this isn't working. But then, because you fell out, doesn't mean the fucking child has to suffer. Do you know what I mean? And there's so much of this that goes on. It's not the child's fault. And you want that relationship with. There's some people that just fucking dusty. And that, you know what I mean?
Well, Joanne, there's a lot of women out there, and there's a lot of women that isn't like this, but she used our baby as a weapon massively, and just not even turning up on this, that, and the other. 13. That's not just the service, mate. Anyway, goes back to court again the third time. She hasn't turned up. What's going to happen? So they couldn't find it because she was on the dole and she was on whatever else and she didn't work, but that wouldn't help. So they didn't give her a fine. They couldn't send her to jail because of her legs and whatever, or her back or whatever. And then so she got a 12-month suspended sentence for, you know, not sticking to the court order.
Yeah.
So she got a 12-month suspended sentence. She stuck to it. I'd pick the baby up every Saturday. And a year later, to the day, the Friday the court order finished, and I was picking up the Saturday morning at 10:30. I was picking her up. So I pick her up at 10:30 till 5. Court order finished on the Friday. Saturday morning, picking her up at 10:30. She didn't let her out.
Didn't let her out the house.
Didn't let her out the house. She was in the house, so I walked over to the door. Back to the dog barking and I could hear shouting at the dog. Didn't knock. Like, nah. Recorded it, going up to the house, recorded getting back in the car, and straight back to solicitors. And look what's happened again. Like this time, like our baby was getting to the age of senior school then, and she could make up her own mind, and we had to do contact again. We had to do supervised contact again to make sure that Joanne was bringing it, do you know what I mean? Can't remember the woman's name. Anyway, meet at the McDonald's. The what's her name? The woman, the Kafkash woman, went and picked Emmy up from school.
County Road.
I remember this. Let me ringing you. Gets to the Mackies with this woman. Are you baby all right? Yeah, are your dad? And she sat there and she was like, blah, blah, blah. Next thing, it was like a raid going on. It was like a raid, honestly. It was like sitting there and we just made the Kafkash woman and our baby just come out. Joanne bounced the curb in the car. Everywhere, just bounced the curb. what are you doing taking her out of school and bringing her to see him? And she's like, it's what's supposed to happen. Grabs our baby, like, over the wall, drags her, the knees scraped up the wall, and the baby's screaming. This woman was just like, Joanne, what are you doing? Threw the baby in the back of the car and sped off like she kidnapped her.
And didn't she say it's probably one of the worst? She's done that job for so many years.
Yeah, that was one of the worst cases she's ever seen of, like,
grabbing her and getting off and just.
So he goes back to court again. 4th time. 5th. This is the 5th time. This is the 5th time.
And they're not fucking picking up on this.
Mate, they're not picking up on it. The system where these children and the dads, you don't get nothing, mate.
You get no rights.
No rights whatsoever. And like I said before, like, I'm not a nun, so I don't beat up kids. I don't be,
You haven't got
nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a dad. I just wants to be a dad. And the relationship that me and Emmy have got now would have been the relationship that we would have had then.
No.
We wouldn't have missed out on all that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're going through all that, do you know what I mean? You know, and it's just like, even my mates, like none of my mates were going through this apart from me.
Yeah.
No one.
I remember you fucking.
I was like, what is going on?
I remember there was a time, and you were ready to fucking, you'd had enough. You just saw, I've got nothing left. And I was like, do not give up. Do not fucking give up. You've come this far. I think you did a bit. I think that was it. And I was like, no, get your shit together now. Don't fucking ever give up. Look how far you've come. And Tony, you've got nothing left. I can't do it.
And I did, you know, I did, and I didn't. I was just like, I'm done. Just leave it at that now, and I'll see you. I said to you, didn't I? I'll see you when she's older.
And I was like, do not fucking dare give up.
And I did. I gave up, and then that's when I found, like, the raves and that then, and going to raves, and I did spew it, but
Marty,
I did everything.
You couldn't, you know, that was probably your way of getting, because listen, you're human, you have feelings, and the way you fucking, the way things have gone on and stuff. Any person, not because you give me fucking bloodhead or whatever, or your family, anybody out there would fucking be all over the place.
Yeah, I felt so bad, and like, even now, like, I've done it, like, I should not, but I felt like I needed to, and like, I've used Facebook to, you know, not to like tell people my story, like my life and that, and put my life all over, like, Facey and whatever, but I felt like I needed to, because I know a few lads who go through the same stuff, and I've had a good few inboxes. So
people have dropped in your inbox by just going through the same thing. I've said
to people, you know, there was three lads that I know. One off the rave scene and two lads who live close, and said, mate, you need to do this, you need to do that, this, that, and the other. Go to whatever first and do it this way. And it's bad the way the system works, mate.
It's crazy.
And it won't change.
It's mad, isn't it? You know what I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to speak to you about it, is when we worked the Cleveland Kitchens in Kirby.
That was the best.
Do you know what?
That was the best job.
That place. I'll tell you what, the big fella, John Wood, big fella, he was fucking, he was tough, but if you know what I mean, he got the best out of you. You didn't fucking be a dickhead or whatever, or you done your work. Fucking what's name? The amount of fucking... I
just want to thank you so much for getting me that job. You know, it was one of the funniest jobs I've ever had. There's Roy. And remember Roy was taking me to pleasure rooms and he was kicking up. But you're not going with him, what if it goes off? Like there was some little puny kid who wouldn't fight. You can't fight.
And he was there, it was Brizzo, Mick, Nico, Mal, the Jap.
Jay. Egghead.
Yeah, Egghead.
It was me and Roy.
Remember Gary? Gary, remember he's...
5 belly buttons. Yeah. He told me he had 5 belly buttons.
Who else was there? Fucking Blair, he done all the... Blair. But you remember the time, I think Ali had just been born. And he was going out, someone was off and he had to go out and deliver some kitchens and all that. And he went to me, Tony, do us a favour, lad. Mind me fucking scoff and all that. Like, yes, sound and all that. I was working on the Jap's bench, the Jap must have been off or whatever. And fucking, what's his name? Terry Willow. Remember Big Terry lives in Ireland now, I'm sure he does. Anyway, Terry Willow went to me, have a bite of a cake, and I went, nah, lad, don't mess with people's scoff. Said, bang out of order. I went, I will if you do. So Terry Willow went, fuck off. Took a big bite out of this caramel donut, all the customers coming out of it. And I went, I'm not having a bite. He went, you what? I went, so he came back off delivery. And I'm there like that, like laughing. It's like, and he went, Murrell. And I went, what? He went, you're the fucking... I went, what's it to do with me, mate? Threw the cake fucking all over the back of my neck, all on my jacket and that and where. I was laughing. I was like, he went, fucking touching people's skin, you fucking cheeky cunt. I was like, it's not me. I didn't do it. He went, who was it? I went, I don't know. He went, you're fucking out of order. It's fucking whatever. So the next day, the Sayers van come again, and I fucking bought 2 caramel donuts, scram one. And our Olivia had just been born, so when you give kids, you know, in Calpol, you give it like in a syringe. So I took a syringe into work with me, you know, like the plastic syringe. Filled the fucking, what's the name? Loads of washing up liquid. And I pumped it into the fucking caramel donut, and I left it. And they were like, he's on the mooch, you know. So I was like, leave the fucking donut there. So anyway, we left the caramel donut on the thing, and I was watching him. He was like, where's Murrell gone? He's gone up to get doors. Anyway, and he had, yeah, fucking cheese swat. I'll show him. And like that went, all bubbles fucking coming out. Caramel donut. I went come in and I was like, later dickhead, do you think I'm stupid? Everyone was crying with laughter, and he was like, oh, I'll give you that one. He had all washing up, there was fucking washing up liquid all over his face. But
his always a funny lad, mate. His Roy was hysterical. Even now, I speak to him every now and then. Still going clean.
I always like John Woodhead, young little legs.
Wonder who's making him.
I think you know what, we'll have to pop in and see them, but you know what, mate, when we were living in Liverpool, I was living in Liverpool, and at the time, it was fucking like, that place, mate, it was fucking great. Like, do you know what I mean? All the banter and all that and stuff. And all the lads.
Volleys, and some volleys.
Remember at dinner? You go back and you'd be fucking to be all
sweating.
Remember skinny Gary, long Gary, and he fucking couldn't have.
I can't remember.
He was on the end bench and that, but when it was like, I think there was about 20 odd of us that worked there. But the banter.
There was a time when, there was a time when you weren't acting like family, lad, and I remember playing heads and volleys, and the ball went on the roof, and I went up and got it, and I was in goal, and I got the ball, and then like I jumped down, but then like I kicked it off. And so who was that guy? It was Brizzo. It was not the Brizzo, not
Dave Brizzo.
Dave Brizzo, the older one. And I kicked the ball, and someone said something, and I went like that, and I like hugged over, and Brizzo bounced off me back and caught it. And he was like, "You're in now," and you didn't even tell me that he'd done that.
Oh, fuck off!
You didn't, lad. You never. You didn't grass him up. You didn't tell me. I remember years later, we went the what was that pool that was there? The centre pocket
on a Friday.
In the centre pocket, and he told me that you'd done that. Like,
do you know what? This is a funny story with Brizzo. I remember we were all in the centre pocket on a Friday. We're all pissed and that. We fucking have to work, and we were going to this place up in Orton or somewhere, and you needed fucking, we had all our scrubs on because we were working, and the lad in the office, Mark, I think his name was, I went, Mark, is your clothes? He went, what? Because you need to get in this place in pants and all that. Me, Covo, and Brizzo went to this place. We got there, and you were like, nah, you aren't coming, because we were kettled, we were fucked. Anyway, we're coming back in the taxi, and Covo lived up them ways. Anyway, he got out. Me and Brizzo lived on Scarisbrick Road and not a screen, yeah. And Brizzo was like, I've got no dough. And I was like, what? I was like, never have I. We're going to have to bail it. And I was like, what? I was like, he said, look, we're going to, like, when we bail it, you go one way and I'll go the other. So we're driving down Scarisbrick Road. And said, yeah, fuck off doors. Brizzo went that way, I went that way. Proper giving us the lifters, like that. Taxi driver was like, we're working in the what's name? The taxi driver was like, what are you bailing for? Covo paid for the taxi. He paid for the taxi on the side. So we got, and I was like, and I just remember like slowing down. The taxi driver was like, see you later, mate. He thought he paid for it. So it was just one of those.
Good set of lads, mate. Yeah, honestly,
probably one of the best jobs I've had.
And like even now, like Japla,
Joe,
he's fucking.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, he's good. He's good lad. Joe Navick's lad.
Man, I speak to him every day on Snapchat. We just have each other roaring.
No, it's
every day, man. And like you said, like you meet people, and like you met that fella down in when you used to work in that Q&A Nagel, weren't it? What's his name?
Dave.
And you stay in contact with them.
Over the water, yeah.
Howard and I don't speak to Howard no more, unfortunately. But you just meet people in life, and you just think, fucking hell, the great lads, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just what you go through.
Like, oh, mate, it's so funny. If there was a job that I could never go back to, it'd be Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland Kitchens was the one.
All day,
funny as fuck.
All day.
But I just want to say like how proud I am because you changed your life and stuff, and you work full time. You got a decent job. You're the boss dad to Emma. You do everything with it now. When you make
resident DJ in that Chambers, lad.
And you're DJing as well. Yeah. And DJing. No, and look, I'm buzzing that you're DJing, and you went over to Munich and you've done a little thing over there for Oktoberfest on the campsite, and it's good to
the one that you never come to.
Yeah, because I had a fucking operation on my arse. I had an operation on my arse.
No, lads. I'm just getting that in there. One that you never come
I
to,
didn't go
yeah.
there on my ass.
I would have come lad if I had it on my ass.
Listen, mate, I couldn't even walk, mate. So
I don't know.
I know, yeah, fuck you then anyway. But I'm proud of like seeing you. I love seeing you DJ. I think you got
a lot of people, like, honestly, they were saying before to Chris and yourself, like I'm a dark horse. A lot of people don't know, like, people just see him, like,
should do more with it.
A lot of people don't know, like, about obviously me growing up and going through whatever I did with my man and that, and like you just see the funny banter side of
everyone's got a story, Marty.
No one,
I know private and stuff like that, but this is why I give you the opportunity to come on, because I know someone might come across this who's been through the situation of the upbringing that you had, and even myself, like around drinking, drugs, fucking violence and stuff like that, and someone will get something from this. I know they will.
Yeah.
And then it's not all doom and gloom. You take that fucking them wrong routes and then you think, oh, that's it. You're fucking, you're an example of exactly. Yeah. Don't ever give up on, in them dark days when you think, fucking, I just, fucking nothing in the cupboards, or when we've had fucking, you know what I mean, and stuff, and we've worked hard to do what we're doing, and like I've always said, you get out what you put in. Simple as fucking that. Like, don't ever give up on yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, definitely not.
And it's like
definitely
the DJ, and I always say, fucking get a mix going, put a mix on you, and you know what I mean?
Even now, like,
because you're working full time and stuff, and you're doing all of the bits, but
like when you first tagged me in that post, I was like, nah, I can't be arsed, mate. And then a week later, I was like, well, I'll give it a go. And it's all right, it's soundboard, it's just the money side of things, isn't it?
But if you're fucking good enough, which I think you're good enough to, and it's just that one break, you know what I mean? So, but listen,
lad, you work for the money, isn't it?
Yeah, of course you do. But what I'm saying, we've got our first event together next year in May next year. They've got that family festival. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to be fucking doing that, and it's
and they just push it now, won't we? Do you know what I mean?
And we're bringing a festival to where we're from, and on the stadium at Runcorn Linnets, and let's see how it goes, and we're bringing something different, and see just how it goes. So, what's in the pipeline for Marty Murrell?
What's
in the pipeline?
Bezzies and that, innit? Nothing, lad. Just that, the main thing for me now is being the best dad I can, honestly, and I know I'm doing a boss job at it, and the relationship that that I have with our baby now is the most joyful thing ever in the world, and as long as I'm her best mate, and she, growing up with her and watching her grow, and she's going in the army and that, and she, and I just, as long as she is sound, I'm sound. Mm-hmm. As long as we have that relationship, I'm happy. Nothing else matters. Our little family, we've got a little family, lad. Do you know what I mean? We're not, you know what I mean? As long as we're all right, and we have the best relationships ever, and
we help each other
out, and whatever, I'm happy, mate.
Same, yeah.
That's how it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And I think we've always had that little connections, even though we weren't brothers, we're cousins. But it's just a shame, Steve, man, it pains me sometimes, but it'd be nice to,
it is what it is,
lad. But
unfortunately.
The thing for me, mate, is our baby's happy. I make her laugh every day, make her forget, where she is with the mad and that and the shit going on at the minute. But as long as when she knows she's come with me or a mate and she's happy and she's
valuable time together.
As long as she's happy, I'm happy. And that is my world, mate. Us, our baby, and the fezzy. That's it.
Listen, kid, it's been a fucking...
That's a bell for that,
Listen, I want to say thanks for sharing your...
It's not even that important, but like I said, it's just nice to, to be asked to come on and
But people don't know your story.
I didn't have a little laugh and, tell you a few things that you haven't known about.
I fucking didn't know half of it, but you've just told me. It's so fucking hell. But listen, that's what it's about, and people will understand exactly who Marty Murrell is, and you are the funny guy, and that's you make people laugh and stuff, but there's also a side that way, that person, you're a loving dad, and I think everyone knows that, but then also about the shit that you've had to go through as a kid and that, which people probably didn't know about and stuff, and
that's it.
Your story will help fucking people. I know for a fact it will.
Yeah, and there's people out there who've had bad... I know people have, and they're nice people, but I know people who've had bad experiences and they're in jail or they've gone wherever and what have you, and you're just like... You know what I mean? But it's nice to come on and speak to you and have a little laugh and, reflect on what we've been through, and it's nice to sit here and talk about the people that we are now. And that's the main thing,
That's it,
do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That's it, lad, but it's right.
Thanks for sharing the good, bad, the ugly kid. Nice
I
one.
just want to say, like, I'm doing my own podcast as well. We're starting that up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's it called?
The ugly, bad and good. So, if you can all subscribe, I'm gonna put
Full shit.
I swear down. Honestly, Chris, he hasn't told you, but he's coming over as well. So, if you can all subscribe to the bad, good and ugly, nice one. I'll put a link out next week.
Like
nice one, lad. It's like it there.
This week's episode is sponsored by Zorb Events Limited. They provide Zorb football, battle tag archery, UV dodgeball, sports days events, inflatable assault courses, plus many, many more activities coming soon. Ideal for sports teams, presentations, birthday parties, stag and hen parties, corporate events, school, and half-term summer camps, any occasions. Give them a follow and use the code The Good, The Bad and The Ugly Podcast for 10% off your first booking. The Good, The Bad and The Ugly Podcast with Tony Murrell.